Hey everyone, this is Tim here, doing a Ninjago video again, and today I'll be counting down the top 10 LEGO Ninjago Ninja minifigures in my collection. Now these are only variants of the ninja, so don't expect any villains or woos or anything on here. And as it's in my collection, there'll be some figures that you could expect to see on this list that aren't here because I don't have them. I don't own all the ninja variants, I only own 95 ninja suits, which is a lot, but in comparison to how many they've done, it's far from all of them. Figures that would be in this list if I were to own them probably include the Golden Kai, Season 1 Rise of the Snakes Lloyd, Kabuki Nia and Cole RX. Now without any further ado, let's get on with the list. My number 10 goes to Kai from Tournament of Elements, the second suit he had. Now I love this figure. I've always had an affinity for it, given Tournament of Elements was my first season. I got this guy for Christmas in 2015 actually, in the Condor Crusher, I believe the set was called. I don't know why, I wanted to include a variant of each ninja. Only one ninja doesn't have a variant on here. So this is my favourite Kai suit, and you know, it really represents the character. Usually the character that the season focuses on usually has one of the best robes in the season, and that is no exception here. Yeah, I just really love this design. I love the symbol on there, I like how red it is. And yeah, it's really good, and it really reminds me of Tournament of Elements, which is one of my favourite seasons, which is quite nice. Now, Jay is my favourite ninja, so he has many variants on the list, and Superstar Rocking Jay is the first of those. I quite like Prime Empire. It's not my favourite season, but I really enjoyed it. But I absolutely adore this variant for Jay. It's weird and wacky, and it definitely suits the character of Jay. I love his hairpiece in white, that's so cool to get, and I love the really goofy facial expression and basically the Elvis torso. His back facial expression is equally as well amazing. I mean, if you look at that, it really looks good for the character of Jay. Both of them do, and it's a really unique variant of Jay. He's definitely got the best of the arcade variants. The other two I'm not as keen on, but this one really suits the character of Jay, and as a big Jay fan, it's definitely a winner in my book. Now, Cole is another one of my favourites, and I wanted to represent him on the list. Originally I had the new Golden Cole, but I would say that the Stone Armour one is probably a better suit for him, especially as the minifigure turned out. I think the black and silver work really well together, really complement each other nicely, and I know it's not show accurate, but I love the printing on the legs, which is also on the torso, similar design. I love the little flex on the Stone Armour. Stone Armour Jay also has that as well. He's got nice back printing, which I'll show you if you move that. It looks really nice, really works well, and I'll also show the exclusive facial expression that was never on another Cole figure. I like this one. It's like his ghost head. It looks quite cocky. I wouldn't say it suits the character of Cole the best, in all honesty, but it's a nice exclusive one to get, and under the mask, the way the eyebrows are like positioned, it's a really good look for Cole, so I'm a big fan of this figure. As I previously mentioned, there'd be a lot of Jay in this list, and the Sons of Garmadon variant is definitely one of my favourites. I adore this suit. I don't know why, but the blue really pops, and the black highlights on the headband really complement it. I love how the dark silver armour piece works. I don't know why, but this figure really works for me. I love the new symbol they have since the movie. I don't know, the new movie symbols are more simplistic for some ninja, Jay included, but it really works for me. If I take the armour off, yep, here's the back torso printing, which looks really nice. I love all the grey straps and bandages and stuff. It really works well for Jay. Continuing with the streak of Jay, we have the newest figure in the video. It's Golden Jay. I don't know why, but I really love this figure. He really appeals to me. As I said, Jay is my favourite ninja, so that's probably why. And I love these golden variants, and so it's my favourite ninja from that. But I just love the design that the Prime Empire mask goggles really have against the gold. I've seen some people not like it. Personally, I love it. It's really striking and vivid. And I love it when the blue on Jay is striking and vivid. That's why I love his SOG costume so much. It's a similar printing to the other ones, but it looks very nice underneath the robe. My only complaint would be the leg print is similar to the ninja, but it doesn't bother me too much. It just looks fine for me. I've seen some get more annoyed at that than I am. I think it works for all of them well enough. He has the Prime Empire armor piece in gold, which isn't exclusive, and he's got this nice back torso design. The last Jay variant we'll have for a while is Skybound Jay. As I said with Kai, the ninja suits often look best for a ninja when the season focuses on them. That's not always true, but Skybound is an example where it's definitely true. It looks amazing for Jay. I love the black and the blue, really nice contrast. Yes, the blue isn't as vivid on him, but I don't mind because it just does suit the character of Jay very well. The face print I have on him is the newer one, which came in the Lighthouse Siege, which I never got, but my brother did, and we ended up trading some of the figures. I had some DC ones which he wanted, and he has some of the Ninjago figures from that set which I wanted. I've also got Echo Zane thanks to that. If I were to take the armour off, I love this Skybound armour piece, by the way. It's also on the SOG figures, but obviously it was first introduced in Skybound and some of the variants as well. Yeah, I really love it. I love the shoulder design and falling over, but here is the back print. I love the wing design. Makes sense given these are supposed to be air jitsu robes and the wings obviously, you know, to fly, and that's what the whole air jitsu thing is. Yeah, I think it just looks really nice and works really greatly as a figure overall. Up next we have one of the most iconic ninja suit designs probably in the history of the show. It's Pink Zane. I don't need to explain why he's on here. It's Pink Zane. I mean, as I said, very iconic from the show. It's amazing that they actually made this figure. My only complaint would be the fact that he's got the new redesigned face print, but that's an easy fix if you've got any of the older Zane faces. I really don't like that face actually, but the fact that they made a Pink Zane and it's as good as it is, the shade of pink they chose actually is a really, really nice shade, and it really works. I'm just so happy to have this iconic and quite frankly really funny figure in the collection. In third place we have another Zane, Titanium Zane, the second of the suits from second half of tournament here, but it works amazingly for Zane. This is such an iconic figure for me. As I said, I got into a tournament. I remember getting the Titanium Dragon, and primarily because I wanted the Titanium Zane at school. He was such an elusive figure. Obviously when Zane died, that was quite a big deal, and to see a really cool new all-silver Zane was very exciting. So to you know, when I finally got it, it was really exciting at the time, and it's still great to have now. He's not as valuable or as elusive. I believe he came in a magazine, so that does usually lower the price of these figures quite significantly. Back printing, he's got some, which looks quite nice. He's got the ZX armor piece, one of the I think the only Tournament of Elements ninja to really have an armor piece as such, but it works for the whole titanium look that they've got going. Let's put the headpiece back on. Yeah, it's just overall a really, really awesome figure. See, that's the other face underneath, which looked great. And number 2, we have another Sons of Garmadon ninja. This is Sons of Garmadon Lloyd, a very iconic suit for Lloyd. I'd say it's, at that point, this is the Lloyd representation on the list. Like the Sons of Garmadon Jay, I love how the green pops here. Despite the fact this is the only Lloyd on the list, I do think that generally Lloyd sometimes has the best suits in a lot of waves. I think from the Island wave that's especially true, which still isn't out yet. I've no idea when I'll be getting in the UK with all the shipping delays we're having. Hopefully it'll be in early March, but I'm not counting on it. But we'll see, depends how quickly it goes on back order, I suppose. But yeah, I love this figure. He's got the movie face, which yeah, everyone's used to at this point. Which I'm happy is changing here for the Island, but that will probably be a temporary change. I love the detailing on the torso, the little black flecks, and I do love the grey bandages on the legs. I love this lime green strip with a more of a goldish green next to it. It looks really nice, and I don't know, I just love how green this figure is, which is a weird thing to say for sure, but I don't know, it just really works for me. I Sons of Garmadon is probably my favourite season. You see with that Skybound, and this one definitely reminds me of Sons of Garmadon a lot, so that's another reason why I've probably got such an affinity for it. Before we get to number 1, here are my honourable mentions of figures that I do own. Here we have Golden Lloyd, the only figure I own from that season actually, but it's a very nice one and I'm very happy I have it. Here we have Deepstone Lloyd. I love the black and green contrast, looks really nice. Here I have Hands of Time Kai. I like the design. He's the only Hands of Time Ninja I'd say I really did like the design on. One of my favourite parts about him is the exclusive face that he has here, which looks really awesome with the red eyes. I got him in a magazine of all things actually, so that's certainly nice to get in the magazine. We also have the Ice Emperor, which I don't know if you consider it a ninja figure or not. Technically it's Zane. Spoiler warning for a season that came out over a year ago. But that's why it wasn't on the main list, and it probably would have come short anyway. But I do love this figure. It's an awesome design for a baddie. I love the Ice Samurai armour and the white colouring, which is exclusive to this character. Looks awesome. Once again, really cool figure to be able to get thanks to the Ninjago magazine. And I've also got the new Golden Coal, which is awesome. As I mentioned, he was close to being on the list. I love the Master of the Mountain mask design here. If I'd had the Master of the Mountain Coal, he'd probably also be in the honourable mentions category, but I don't. And now for the number 1 pick. Given how much he dominated the list, it's only fitting that a Jay would take the number 1 spot. Now, I adore this minifigure. I really do. I mean, I got him this week actually, and I know it could be too early to say, but I mean, as you've just seen, he has so much detailing. I mean, the arm printing and the leg printing, one of the most detailed ninja figures ever. See there and there. It's got back printing. It really matches with the Sensei Wu from Series 5 look, and he's got arm printing again with the new symbol actually, which isn't in the show, but it's such a beautiful looking addition, I don't mind. It's got silver flecks, which add loads more detail to it on both arms, that is, and on the torso, which looks awesome. As I pointed out, it has leg printing, these bandages going to the side, which is just awesome. Speaking of awesome, he gets an awesome eye patch, as he would say himself. If you would look here, he's also got the eyebrow notch on the face, which is a really nice addition, which makes a lot of sense. And the last Jay figure to ever have the eyebrow notch, that's one of the few things in the movie redesigns I'm not the biggest fan of. I generally prefer the new design faces, but Jay's eyebrow notch was very iconic, and I just don't see why they didn't go with it on this face. Another interesting thing to note is that the colour of the eyebrows and beard are brown on the original Jay figure. It was black. It's interesting they went for brown, not the orange that his hair is. It still looks absolutely fine. It's not like a Jackson design. I think it probably makes the facial hair and stuff pop better. But I'm also wondering if it might have been a decision, because obviously he's now got brown hair in the show and brown eyebrows on the newer design. It could have been a decision to sort of tie it into the movie more, which I think they've done the Kabuki near. I never got the pack. As I said, I ordered this guy off eBay. He was a £5, but because it was from the Netherlands, it had another £5 added on for postage, but it's definitely worth it, because it's such a nice figure, and I'm so happy that I've got it in my collection. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Really works for me. If I take the armour off, not the legs off, so edit that out.